Vietnam is one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
And travelers often cannot decide which areas they should visit and which ones they should skip.
This is especially true with Da Nang and Hoi An.
These two cities are less than 1 hour away from each other, and yet they could not be more different.
Hoi An represents the old Vietnam. Ancient trading ports, lantern-lit streets, and historical buildings on every corner. Da Nang represents the new Vietnam, a fast-growing coastal city with modern skylines, beach resorts, and a big expat community. And a lot of people often say that one is better than the other. So I wanted to see it for myself. And by the end of this video, you will have a better idea of which area might be better for you. Let's get started.
Now the first stop that we're going to make is the Old Town in Hoi An, which is the most beautiful area and the area where all the tourists go when they visit the city.
Hoi An is about 30 kilometers south of Da Nang. And the reason why everyone comes here is the Old Town. From the 15th to 19th century, Hoi An was one of the Southeast Asia's most active trading ports, where merchants from China, Japan, India, and Europe all came to do business. When trade eventually declined and shifted to Da Nang in the 19th century, large-scale modernization never happened, which is exactly why the streets look almost identical to how they looked 300 years ago.
Just imagine, hundreds of years ago, this river was full of boats from all over the world, from Europe, all over Asia. And that's not only interesting to me as someone who loves history, but also that's the reason why the city looks like it the way it does today. All these people brought different influences from all over the world, and that's why you can find that in the architecture, in the food, and so on. And I feel like most people don't know that. They just come to Hoi An, they see it as a nice place, they see all these lanterns on the river, and then they just leave. If those people knew about the history of this place a little bit, then the trip to Hoi An will be much more special.
The influence of the past is still felt today in Hoi An. This town has been in the textile business for centuries, especially when it was one of Southeast Asia's most active trading ports. And when trade eventually slowed down and the port era ended, that textile tradition didn't disappear. Today, Hoi An is considered the tailoring capital of Vietnam, with hundreds of tailor shops spread across the Old Town.
If you need a tailor suit, there's no better place than Hoi An, because literally every single street has one of these suit stalls or shops and stuff like that, and that's very, very cheap. So if you ever need to buy anything, Hoi An or Vietnam in general is the place.
The Old Town of Hoi An is one of the most beautiful sights in Vietnam. The streets are narrow, lined with these centuries-old buildings, lanterns hanging from every doorway and balcony. And somehow, despite being one of the most visited places in the entire country, it doesn't feel chaotic. And there's actually a reason for that. Because Hoi An's Old Town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the local authorities have gone to significant lengths to protect it.
Bikes and cars are forbidden in the Old Town area, and I find that so interesting because it's more peaceful, it's more quiet, it's better for the environment, it's better for the Old Town area, and I wish more places did something like that.
After a full day in the Old Town, it was time to head to the beach. Hoi An itself doesn't have a beach, but the nearest one is 4 kilometers away. And the interesting fact is that this beach actually connects Hoi An to Da Nang.
And it's one of the longest beaches in Vietnam. Everywhere I look, I just see white sand. And if I look all the way there in the background, I can actually see Da Nang, where I'm going tomorrow. So these two cities, Hoi An and Da Nang, share the same coastline. And if you go to Da Nang, you will be on the same beach as I am right now. And I find that really fascinating.
But of course, when people think of Hoi An, there is one thing that always comes to mind: the lanterns. So let's go back to the Old Town area and prepare for this famous event.
So the main activity to do in Hoi An after sunset is definitely to be right here next to the Japanese bridge in the Old Town of Hoi An. You can see these boats behind me. All these lanterns on the boats will light up in different shades and colors. It's going to be very colorful and very beautiful. So if you're coming to Hoi An and it's after dark, this is definitely the area to be.
After dark, Hoi An completely transforms. There is live music, thousands of people on the street, night markets, and of course, the lanterns are everywhere. This is what most people imagine when they think of this town, and it looks absolutely beautiful. And there is real history behind this. Back in the 16th and 17th century, when Chinese and Japanese merchants were living and trading here, they brought their lantern traditions with them, hanging them outside their homes as symbols of good luck and protection. Over the generations, locals adopted the tradition and made it their own, until eventually the whole town became inseparable from it. Today, on the 14th day of every lunar month, Hoi An holds its Lantern Festival. People buy small paper lanterns, write a wish, and release them onto the river. And whatever night you visit, lanterns are everywhere regardless. This is the perfect way to end our stay in Hoi An.
You know, now that I'm actually leaving Hoi An, it actually makes me a little bit sad because I had such a good time here. It's one of my favorite cities in Vietnam so far. And I just hope that Da Nang will be equally as good, if not even better.
The drive from Hoi An to Da Nang is only about 30 minutes. And honestly, once I got to Da Nang, I could not believe how different this place is.
I don't feel like I'm in Vietnam anymore. I feel like I just landed in the US. Everything looks so beautiful, but man, I did not expect it to be like this.
5-star hotels lined up along the coast, a huge white sand beach, palm trees, wide boulevards, and a huge skyline. Everything here feels new, polished, and built with intention. In the recent years, Da Nang has become really popular among digital nomads and other remote workers. And if you're planning to move here, it would be easy to find a community of like-minded people. This is why people often call Da Nang the Miami of Southeast Asia.
I understand now why this place is called the Miami of Southeast Asia. Honestly, it does not feel like Vietnam at all. You have all these palm trees and wide boulevards and so many skyscrapers, and I feel like I'm going towards the Miami beach right now, which is incredible.
And speaking of beaches, this is the same one we were on yesterday in Hoi An. It truly feels like a perfect place for a summer holiday.
Honestly, so far, I really love this place, and I can even imagine myself living in Da Nang.
But Da Nang is not just beaches and rooftop bars. From the beach, you can already see Son Tra Peninsula, and sitting right on the side of the mountain is Linh Ung Pagoda, one of the most visited religious sites in all of central Vietnam, built on top of what everyone here calls the Monkey Mountain. It's only about a 10-minute ride from the beach, and honestly, you get to appreciate how well made roads are here, especially after driving in other parts of Vietnam. When you arrive at this pagoda complex, the scale of it catches you off guard. The complex covers 20 hectares of temple halls, gardens, courtyards, and statues everywhere. Also, you quickly understand why this mountain is called the Monkey Mountain. They are literally everywhere. And you have to be careful when holding your phone or other items. Or you can just give them ice cream and they will leave you alone. As impressive as this complex is, the thing that dominates everything is the Lady Buddha statue.
I don't even know how you build something like this in real life. Like, this looks so much bigger in person than what you can see on the video. And it just looks so impressive.
Standing at 67 meters tall on the edge of the mountain, facing out to sea. It's the tallest Lady Buddha in Vietnam. And the reason it faces the ocean is intentional. According to local tradition, she watches over the fishermen and protects the city from the sea. From up there, you also get a panoramic view of the entire Da Nang coastline. This is the perfect way to end our day in Da Nang.
So far, my final conclusion, if I compare Hoi An and Da Nang, they're very, very different, and they both have unique things to offer. So when it comes to which one you should visit, that all depends what you are looking for. If you're coming here on a short holiday and only have a few days to spend, I would highly recommend that you visit Hoi An, because that place has more to offer in terms of history, the cultural significance, the night market, the lanterns, and the city is just very, very charming. But if you come to live in Vietnam and you work online, for example, I think that Da Nang is much better because it's very, very organized, everything is new, everything works really, really well. And there's plenty of coffee shops and restaurants and co-working spaces. So this place is optimized for people who make money online or people who just want to live in Vietnam long term. Personally, I prefer Hoi An a little bit because I love history and I love historical places. But if I were to move to Vietnam, I would definitely move to Da Nang because, yeah, I feel like I would have a much better time working and living from here than in Hoi An. And because they're only 30 minutes away from each other, I can always go to Hoi An and back, and like a day trip basically. So yeah, I recommend visiting Hoi An, but if you have time, I highly recommend that you do both Da Nang and Hoi An. So I hope you got some value from this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.